Morning. I'm bringing you back this morning from a place I've never been before, and I've wanted to check it out for ages. I've zoomed past it on the A74 a few times up to the Highlands, but I've decided to make a trip to the southern Uplands, the middle, and do a walk called the Moffat Hill Challenge Walk, which is about 26 miles, but you kind of make some of it up yourself. I've parked at a small place called Water Community Hall, and that's where it starts, and you pick up the Annandale Way for part of it, up to Devil's Dub first, which is up there, and then you follow that ridge along up to Hart. I'm taking my time. I've come up a bit early this morning for the first stretch. It's 26 miles, but I'm going to take sort of 2 nights and just have a good explore really, just take my time. Great forecast for the next 2 days, so just time to relax. Okay, I'll bring you back soon. Right, we've had a bit of road walking up this lane. Get up to this sort of hamlet called Corehead, a few houses, and then I think that's called Big Hill, aptly named. It's not the biggest round here, so I need to go around the back of these houses, and then I don't know if you can just make out, you can just see the path going up, skirting around the flank of the hill, and it goes around the side up to the top, and that should pick up the ridge from the Annandale Way, which goes, kind of comes in from where those trees are up at the top left, across onto the hill. This sneaks up on you a bit when you're round the corner. This is Devil's Beef Tub, which drops down pretty quickly. The road's up there. So I think I'm going to make my way over to that wall line in the gap there. Skirt around this, so put this way and be a bit careful. Can't really see where I've come from. It's kind of the plains below, going back down towards the borders. I suspect we'll get to a higher point though. I'll bring you back up and show you that. Right, let's get around here. That was a good pull up. Everything seems quite dry up here, but it seems to be quite boggy. But everything's quite dried out. So I've just come across this spring. I did see it on the map and it is flowing, so I think I'm going to take some water on here, drink as much as I can, and then fill my water bottles up. Now I'm at a bit of elevation. Just not very confident further on. I know there are a couple of streams shown, but everything is very dry. So here we go. Some water. That's Great Hill Cairn. Great Hill, not Big Hill. Great Hill. It's a great view. I don't know about what else. Trouble is, I don't really know any of these. I'm assuming east. And that's where we're going to be coming back down in a day or two. That is White Hope Heights, and further on is Hart Fell. Hart Fell. Getting used to these names. But wow, sorry. Keep losing. Fantastic day. Barely any wind, so it's quite warm. Can't complain though. Just wish there were a bit more water around. Right then, let's get down here and back up there. Well, that's the cairn at White Hope Heights, the deer fence. Absolutely stunning. Fantastic. With the sun dappling the fells. These big green hummocks. Just toying whether just to go to the end of here and set the tent up, or drop down and then back up and do a summit camp on Hart Fell. It's a bit early yet, it's like 4 o'clock, so 4:15. I'll just go up there and take my time. I think that's the reservoir where I'm going to be dropping down back into tomorrow. Right, let's get on. Well, that was a bit of a pull-up. It's taken me a bit of time. I was a bit dehydrated yesterday, not so well yesterday. And I was debating whether to actually come, but I've ended up coming anyway. So I've taken it really slowly, I've kept drinking. So I've got to today's target, which it were always going to be just half day, because I've driven up here a fair distance. So this is the top of Hart Fell. I keep calling it Hart Fell, Lake District. But I am up in the Moffat Hill at Hart Fell. I think it's the highest one in this range at 808 metres, and it's just sublime up here. So this is the trig, so I'll just hop over here. And get that touched. Hart Fell. Well, look at this view. It's nice and flat for a good camp, so I'm going to stay here. I might just have a look down there just to see if there's a little ledge or something. but I'm fancying it here, so look at that. I've no idea what these little hills are called. I look at them and I forget nearly straight away. I'll get the map out and have a look. Right, let's find a spot then. God, I feel better for that. An apple custard crumble. Well, the ramblings of an old man. It's been a bit of a tough day today for me. I had a bit of a chippy belly yesterday and I was in two minds whether to call this off, but I've just taken it slowly. I might have to just change it out tomorrow because I really did find it tough today, but it was 20 plus degrees, it was hot and I was sweating, and I think I was a bit dehydrated from yesterday anyway. But I'm glad I've come, because even if I cut it short, it's just, I've probably just posted the photograph of the sunset, but oh, it's just phenomenal. This is a great hill, flat top, grassy. The pictures, you can pitch anywhere really. You can probably see over my shoulder. That's where I'm at. But it's just absolutely beautiful. Skylarks are still singing. You've got that lovely tone on the hills. There's a massive wind farm over there. In fact, they dot around all over, but they don't really impact on it. They don't take away from it. Unfortunately, it's just a fact of life for the future, I think. So, but as long as we keep some of this, oh, I do like it here. There's another one I need to do over that way, Loch Skeen. I know one or two friends have talked about it. It's supposed to be a nice area. New coat as well, enlightened equipment, jacket. It's supposed to be the lightest synthetic jacket, warmth to ratio, and I've got to say it is nice. Miles better than my Monty in prison. not got much else to say really, just rambling on. Oh, I forgot my power bank. God. Oh. I never forget anything because I'm meticulous, but because I didn't feel so good yesterday, so I got in last night and packed up, and I should have double checked this morning, but anyway, I just have to switch my phone off, and I'm just keeping in touch with Julie. I'll just have to put my phone back on, and I've agreed to check in at certain times, so I'm going to stay out tomorrow. More of this tomorrow. I hope it's just not too hot. God, I'm a miserable bugger. Well, I'm going to crawl into that bad boy soon and get some kip. So I'll bid you good night. Just having a morning brew. Lovely up here this morning. Getting warm already. It's supposed to be a dark sky. It's a dark sky area, but I don't think it actually got dark properly last night. It was getting light. I saw it creeping up well before 4. So yeah, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Got a bit of a quandary today. Supposed to be taking a high route. Supposed to be dropping off. If I can try and show you down this ridge, down there, and then dropping down and then back up, and then not the really one in the distance, but the one in the middle. I'm supposed to be going back along there, down and up and down and round and up the east side of Fluid Reservoir, and then sort of cutting back southwest along the west side of it. But looking at the map, there are no water sources on the high side of it. I know I ended up getting a bit dehydrated yesterday, but even the little burns or the streams between, it's just, everything's just dry, so dry. It's dry up here today. So what I might do is cut down, instead of going that way, cut down that way, and then along the ridge and down and cut on the west side of Fluid Reservoir, and then pick up a couple of the hills I was going to do. I'm not going to get as many hills in, but I do need some water. I've got about a litre left. So at some stage I will have that drunk by lunchtime, and I'm going to need some more, but there is just nothing at that end. So I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Plan. Pick up a couple of hills. Cranmurg, I think it is from memory, and the Crown of Scotland. That's a bit easier. So I'm just having a relax. It's going to be a bit of a shorter day, but just a sensible one, I think. Considering I'm not too well on Thursday, I think I'll just cut my losses and just enjoy it, instead of making it into a bit of a slog with no water. Lovely. There's some great cloud up there. So I'm going to have and finish my drink and a relax and have a steady pack up. So bring you back later. That's Fruig Reservoir. That's actually Craig made, so I'm just going to pick away over there steady. Get some water down there. Oh, beautiful day. One thing I've noticed is compared to kind of a lot of the places where I go, Peak District and stuff, is the sort of life, all the different kinds of insects and stuff. It's kind of struck me on this, and because of that, you've got miles more birds, not just skylarks. There's all sorts. A lot more biodiversity here, and no grouse first thing on the morning, which is nice. Absolutely stunning. Right, well, I'll pick my way over there then. Just having 5 on Moffat Hill, and that over there is the Hass of Moffat. But I've seen a body. First person I've seen. It's a farmer on a quad. So that's my next target over there. Oh, the midges. There's no breeze, so the midges have come up. They're not too bad, but oh gosh, there. I'm gonna go down there and across and up and across there and up. And I'm gonna get going because I'm starting to get eaten. And this one is Craig made. Probably saying it wrong. Oh, it's warming up now. Wish that breeze, just a little bit of breeze, I just wish it'd pick up a little bit. Oh. So that's last night's resting spot. Came down, round, right down, and then up, and then that way. Not that you can see it. Beautiful. I'm gonna chill out here and a bit of something to eat. So we're just leaving Craig Trig, and the next stop I think is that hill straight up there, which is the Crown of Scotland. I don't know where they get these names from. Steady walk across there. So enjoy some of this on the way. that is the Crown of Scotland. It's quite unassuming really. I'd have to have a look and see what it's called, this. That's where I've just come from. And we're over there. Welcome back. Well, that was a tough old day. So I said this morning I changed the route. I'm glad I did, because even in the lower places that there were a couple of sources of water, but that were good, but there were quite a few sort of streams that were just nearly bone dry. It's quite surprised me actually. It seems to have dried out very quickly. Thought they'd had some rain up here, so 2 or 3 weeks ago, but it just must have just been nice since. So I'm pitched a lot lower down today. I've only got a couple of hours back to the car in the morning. Follow the Annandale way back. There's Annandale Head just behind me. There's a trig there, but there's a bench there. It'd look quite a nice place to pitch, but I think it's quite accessible from a lay-by on the main road, so I just didn't want anybody turning up just to watch the sun go down and me being pitched up there. So I've just withdrawn to it's kind of an unnamed lump. It's still a good view. I can kind of see where I've walked over the last couple of days. I can show you. So we kind of, I'm parked down there in the valley somewhere. Walked up the valley and up the side of this big hill called Great Hill, and that's the precipitous kind of footpath on the side of it. It looks a lot worse from here than it actually is, but it's quite a drop there. So I came up there, and basically you follow that sort of fence line all the way up, and then you end up going right up onto that hump, White Up Edge, is it? I can't remember. You drop right down, and then there's a right slog up to Hart Fell, which is there. And at that point I was kind of sussing out that it was pretty dry, so instead of dropping off and taking in a few of the hills at the back that you can just see there, I kind of dropped off Hart Fell at the back of this one, and dropped off Hart Fell at the back of this one here, over the back, and dropped off down, and I went down quite a nice walk, and instead of going on the east of Fruig Reservoir, I went on the west side of it, because I was up, there was on the map there were quite a few waterways. Now I got some decent water there, and then came up out of the valley. The reservoir's right over there where those trees are, where that big hill is, there, and then up at the back of those trees there onto Craigmade, back down towards can't see it, but there is the Crown of Scotland, and then I dropped onto that hill into the valley where I got chatting with a farmer. Had quite a long chat with him. Quite a nice guy. Asked where I were going and where I'd be and stuff, and seemed genuinely interested. He told me actually that there's some eagles over the back where Hart fell. You come off there, which I thought I'd seen, and I wasn't sure if it were an eagle. I wasn't sure if it were a buzzard, but it were big. But he told me that there's some eagles over the back of there now. So I came along, had a chat with him just past that red building there, and then I was going to camp up on the top of there, but he were heading up there to do some work. So I just came along up towards those that wind farm and sort of dropped down here, and then I originally went up onto there, but like I said, it's quite accessible from a road down the other side, so I just dropped off here. That said, I've not seen any. I've literally, apart from that farmer, I have not seen anybody on these hills. Just that farmer on his quad. So yeah, it's been a nice introduction to the area. I've never been before. So tomorrow, over the top there, down across that road there, and up that track, and over the back, and then you eventually drop down, I'm assuming near where those trees are, back down into the valley. Take me no more than a couple of hours that. But yeah, peaceful place. What a fantastic place. Just the sound of the skylarks. Those hills are immense. Great pitch last night, really enjoyed it. So I'm gonna put my undies away, put my washing away, and maybe get some tea on, I think. So I shall, unless there's a stunning sunset or something like that, which I doubt it because it's going to set behind those trees, I probably won't bring you back today. So I'll see you tomorrow. Well, morning. The kettle's on. The sun's just come up. I've woken this morning to the sound of a bit of breeze this morning. But after yesterday, I could do with a bit of breeze. And cuckoos. There's some woods over the back of me. There must be a cuckoo in there. Oh, quite pleasant. So between the cuckoo, wind in the grass, and the sound of a brew coming on, I'm a pretty happy lad. A gorgeous morning. So I'll have a couple of brews and a chill out and some breakfast. still a bit early to be honest, but I can't go back to sleep when it's like this. It's gorgeous. Just sit and watch the sun come up and watch the world go by. Watch the grass dancing in the breeze. This is why we do it. Anyway, I think the water's nearly brewed. The water's nearly boiled now, so I'm going to make a brew. Well, it's only about, it's just gone 7, but I'm all packed up. No trace left, of course. Well, I'm going to pick that stuff up and take it with me. This visit the last couple of days has just been, apart, I mean, I know it's been hot. I've got a fresh shirt on. I've worn my sleeping, I've got my sleeping top on. I couldn't put my other shirt back on. It had walked off on its own this morning. Crusty. It's been phenomenally hot. I mean, it must have been mid-20s yesterday, but it just, down in these dips, the heat was just unbelievable. Especially because you're working hard. I mean, apart from this bit over the back, there's no path, so you're just on tussocky ground. But it's just been a phenomenal trip. The cricket, MLD cricket, has been absolutely superb. Perfect conditions for it, mind you. It's just been nice just to lay in bed. I'm perfectly positioned for this morning. Just to watch. I didn't even get out of my pit. Had a coffee on. There's some woods over there. So the cuckoo's been calling. Watched the sun come up. Just a coffee, listening to the birds coming alive, cuckoos. It's just been superb, and the cricket, just, it's phenomenal for sort of conditions like this. So I'll be using it a lot more. It's been a very enjoyable trip. So I'm gonna head off back down, well, up there, up to the top, back down, and I follow that path over there, over and down into the valley and back down. That's the Annandale Way. It's a walk that takes in the dale. Looks quite a nice route, not too long. Be nice if you were just staying here for a few days in Moffat, just to get a quick Sunday morning one before you set off back home. So yeah, not massive mountains, but, well, I don't know, 808 is not bad. So yeah, I think I'll be coming back at some point. It's been a nice change. So I'm going to get off and have a walk back down into the valley. So I might bring you back then. Alright. See ya. Nice when there's no traffic. You know, all the birds in the woods. It's a phenomenal smell. All the dew being dried out by the sun. Really strong pine smell. Lovely. over this bridge. I don't think you can drive over that in a tractor. Maybe they would. Not far to go now. I keep seeing glimpses of where the car's parked down at Annandale Water Village Hall. I just remembered, I forgot when I was having a chat with that farmer yesterday, and he was asking if I'd seen any wildlife, and I did tell him when I was going up just on the one up there, just before you drop down onto Hart Fell, I saw some really massive birds, a pair of them, and I just thought, well, the buzzards, they were big, the buzzards. But I was talking to him and he brought it up first. He said, oh, he seemed genuinely interested in the wildlife I'd seen over there. And he actually told me that there's eagles over there. So it looks like I saw some eagles, which I feel very lucky about. But me, back then, just thinking, that must be buzzards. I mean, they were a distance away. But they were big buggers. So, yeah, quite pleased. It's been an interesting trip, this. I didn't particularly enjoy the first part of it because I'd been a bit off colour on the Wednesday, and maybe I should have put it back a day, but I'd taken the holiday off work, so I just changed the plans and changed it to suit. Did a bit of a shorter route, lower, made sure I got some water, plenty of water, which I'm glad about. So yeah, fantastic couple of nights in southern Scotland. Interesting area, very quiet. Saw the farmer and two people in the distance on the first day, and I mean they were in the distance, and apart from that I haven't seen nobody. Very relaxed affair. So I'm going to sign off here. I've got about 1.5 kilometres to do just on this track back down into the valley, but it's an absolute stunner. Gorgeous place. So I'll get back down there. I've got a real hankering for some fizzy pop, so I'm going to call at the garage, get a bit of petrol, get some fizzy pop. I hope they've got a fridge. And I will see you on the next one. Thanks for joining me, a bit different this one. Goodbye.